Welcome to Warriors TV. Today we are talking with Warriors goalie Dean Bowater. Dean, first of all, thank you for joining us.
No worries, thanks for having me.
Now, Dean, you were one of the first names announced as re-signing ahead of the 2023-24 season. So what was it that made you come back?
I don't know, to be fair, because I had visions of a lot of people stepping down and a lot of people stopping playing, and I wasn't sure who was coming back, if there was going to be a team. So I was a bit in two minds myself. But then as soon as I heard who'd been brought in to take over, and then the couple of the names first that got announced before myself, it was no-brainer straight away.
Yeah, obviously big news and big changes with Tony Hand coming in. So, I mean, what's it like for you signing for a coach like that? Because he's a massive name coming in, isn't he?
Oh yeah, huge name. I remember watching. It's just like David Longstaff, to be fair. Spent a lot of years watching them as a kid and stuff like that, and then to play for both of them, it's like when you look back, it's like wow. So, yeah,
it's great to have that on your CV, isn't it? Being coached by both David Longstaff and Tony Hand.
Yeah.
Now, Dean, you arrived mid-season last year. You took a short break in the first half, but you come straight into the team, hit the ground running, was fantastic, and was one of the real highlights of the season were your performances.
Yeah, I try my best.
Well, that's very modest, but I mean, it must have been satisfying getting to the playoff final, because towards the end of the season, some disappointing results, but the lads really dug in and got that big result against Billingham in the semi-final, and then of course pushed Solway all the way in the final.
Oh yeah, I don't know what it was like towards the end of the season. I think as soon as Paul and Lobby announced that they were leaving, I think it put a little bit of a hole in the team, sort of thing. So we were going to try give it a good run to win the playoffs. Obviously, we fell short in the final, but in terms of finishing on a high, I think we finished on the highest we possibly could for them two. If you know what I mean. So
yeah,
I'd have liked to have won it, and I definitely think we could have took that game easy. But you win some, you lose some, don't you?
You certainly do. Very close game, 2-0 in the end against a team which were pretty dominant for most of the season. They did a clean sweep of trophies and have now gone up to the National League. So like you said, Dean, a lot of positives can be taken from just how close Whitley pushed them.
Yeah, I think that was probably our best performance all year, and we saved it to the last one, where the one that mattered, and sent Lobby and David and Phil off on a high. And we just proved to everybody else that Solway are human, that they can be tough, that you can't take the game to them. They're not NHL stars, so.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now, big news as well for Solway is that they're stepping up to the National League for this coming season. So without heaping pressure on the Warriors straight away, that kind of clears the way a little bit. And for the likes of Whitley and Billingham, they must be rubbing their hands together thinking, well, this is a huge opportunity for us to win, isn't it?
Well, you could say that, but then again, you've got to look at the other teams that you strong teams. I think Widnes, Deeside, Blackburn, even your likes of Nottingham, Sheffield pushed us a few times, which I think that all of them are going to reflect on their results over last season, and they're going to make their adjustments and I think it's going to be a lot more competitive than what people are thinking it's going to be.
Yeah, it's very fair comment, actually. Another new team coming in for next season are the Hull Jets. That's an organisation you've spent a little bit of time with in your junior career and earlier on. So yes. What's your thoughts on them? How do you think they'll perform next season?
See, in the Division 2, once you keep, it's like Solway this year, right? They keep winning the league, they keep winning the playoffs. There's no other challenges for them. So I'm all for them moving up, to be fair. The same with Hull. Hull started to, obviously I won the league with Hull by default before COVID, but I think every year since hockey's been back, they've won the league each year. So it's sort of like, how else do you challenge yourself when you're winning the league every year? Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that they're going to come up and do well, and I'm not saying they're going to come up and be abysmal, but I think the difference in their hockey and our hockey, I can tell you this now from playing for Whitley and Hull, there's quite a bit of a difference.
Mhm.
And I think they're gonna see that in the first couple of weeks of them playing. I don't think they'll do bad, but I don't think they'll do really good neither. But
Yeah.
hats off to them for challenging themselves.
Yeah, a bit of time to readjust, perhaps.
Yeah.
Now, in the last sort of couple of seasons that you've been with Whitley, you've had strong challenge between the pipes with Josh Crane. Perhaps a little bit of a different competition ahead for next season. So, what's your thoughts on that? Because I mean, you've really established yourself as number one goalie right now.
There's always room for improvement. Like you say, it's not to say that I just walk into any team, because you've got to work for that spot. I think I've proven over the last sort of few games that I am what I say I am. I will give my team a chance to win every time. I will stop as many shots as I can, and I think all the lads know that as well. So it's more of like a comfortable performance sort of thing. I'm not saying that like I'm the be all and end all, because I'm not. But it might be a little bit different without. If Josh doesn't sign, then it might be a little bit different this year. But last year, I say if you go off pairs in the league, we were probably the strongest two in the league. If you look at everybody else's starting goalie to their backup, there was none as strong as us two in 1 and 2, in position 1 and 2. Do you know what I mean? So to not have that sort of competition, I don't know. It's just going to be a lot different. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's still not. Tony might bring somebody else in. Yeah, we don't know what's happening yet, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, of course. Now, talking of Tony, you met him for the first time this weekend, just gone. So, what was your first impressions? You've obviously met GM Willie Dunn as well. So, some big plans ahead, isn't there?
Yeah, huge plans. And it can only, but you can tell by the players that's re-signed and that's wanted to come back. We're all buying into it. So, and what was said on Sunday, I think, is exactly what was needed. And yeah, bring on September.
Yeah, you must be raring to go now.
Oh, I can't wait now, Adam.
Well, that's great to hear. And I'm sure the fans listening back home will be in full agreement as well. Dean, I want to thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you as always. And looking forward to talking more throughout the season.
No worries. Thank you very much.